fridge hum has always been too loud in this apartment. I stood there holding the carton, staring at that dent in the freezer door from when I dropped the cast iron skillet last winter, and realized my breath wasn't fogging in the sudden cold. Every pair of socks pulled from the basket was already folded, stiff, creased too sharply at the toes, as if pressed by fingers much heavier than mine. "Ben's been gone 4 months!" The cat hunches beneath the radiator, pupils wide even at noon, staring at the closet door I've never once closed. The HDMI adapter lay intact but cold, the kind of cold that lingers on your palm like a melted snowball's burn. Footprints in the shower mist, bare feet, smaller than mine, evaporating before I can count the toes. The radiator hissed and I swore I smelled his bay rum aftershave. The closet door's gap's narrower tonight, just an inch. Dark enough to hide a mouth. The radiator's hissing stopped mid-breath. Silence pooled thick, like the air before a downpour. My fingers trembled, not mine, someone else's, as they brushed the closet door's edge. The wood felt wrong, soft, gummy, like bread left to mold in a damp cupboard. A draft slid out of that inch-wide darkness. It smelled of bay rum and wet soil, and beneath that, something metallic, something chewing at the back of my throat. The cat yowled, a sound I'd never heard from her, low and fractured. When I looked over, she was turned fully around, still crouched, eyes now fixed on me. But my arm wouldn't move. The gap breathed. Something shifted inside, not a shape, but the dark itself, a syrup-thick ripple. My phone buzzed in my pocket. A notification? Ben never turned off his read receipts. The screen lit up. 1% battery. 12,004 a.m. I hadn't charged it since when? A creak above me. The ceiling fan, unplugged since July. Still, the chain swayed, gently, gently, casting fingerbone shadows on the wall. Behind the closet door, a wet click. Tongue against teeth. The cat's fur brushed my ankle as she bolted, claws skittering. The radiator gasped back to life. Steam rose. And there, in the fogging bathroom mirror across the hall, a smudge, a palm print, small and childlike, fading as the glass warmed. The mirror's glass sweats now even as the radiator pipes clank. That smudge! It's still there when I tilt my head, isn't it? A thumbprint smeared sideways, or a lip, raw and blistered. My reflection leans closer, but the edges blur, as if someone's breathing on the silver backing. The closet door groans. Not a creak. A moan. The gap splits wider, 2 inches, maybe 3, and the cold pours out in slow gulps. My tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth, thirsty, but the sink's faucet drips black, not oil, thicker. Ink, maybe, or not. Ink doesn't thrum as it pools, doesn't whisper, "Come here, come see." Above, the fan's chain swings wild, though there's no wind. No wind, but a voice. "You left the window open." Ben's voice. From the kitchen? No, Ben's in Vermont. His last text was a photo of snow. But it's his sigh that slips under the closet door now, his chuckle tangled with static. My hand moves, no, not mine, to the closet knob. The brass sears, but the burn feels distant, muted. Inside, shadows congeal. Something thrums. Fingertips graze the back of my wrist. Not the cat. Fingers too long, too many joints. I jerk back. The door slams. In the silence, my breath comes out in visible puffs. The mirror fogs. Shapes writhe beneath the condensation. When it clears, the reflection's still me. Almost. Her left eye twitches. Left, not mine, right, and her smile is wet, grotesque, familiar. "You forgot the umbrella," she mouths. The reflection's voice doesn't match her lips. A lag, like bad dubbing. "Umbrella," she insists, but her teeth are gnarled wood, split at the roots. Her breath frosts the mirror, even as mine fades. The radiator hisses, and the bathroom light dims, flickers. Somewhere, the drip turns viscous, steady. Thump, thump, not the faucet. My own pulse, but warped. The mirror girl's fingers press glass. Blisters bloom where flesh meets her side of the surface, and she mouths, "Wrong, wrong." Steam rises from her sores. Her left eye. My right bleeds gray, streaking her cheek like ink. The fan's chain lashes. A metronome. "You left the window open." Ben's voice vibrates bone deep. The floorboards shudder. Splinters worm upward, curling toward my bare feet. The phone screen cracks, glowing faintly. A video plays, muted, Ben grinning in snow, but his mouth keeps moving after the clip ends. His teeth blacken. Frostbite blossoms up his neck. The closet handle turns, slowly. A sigh leaks through the crack. It smells like wet earth. My mother's garden, the day we buried her robin. The mirror whispers, her tongue splitting into syllables. My mouth forms them back, soundless. The taste, copper and moth wings. Behind me, the closet door clicks. My jaw locks mid-syllable. Ribbons of shadow coil from the closet, licking my ankles colder than winter pipes. The reflection's blisters burst. Her rot seeps into the glass, fogging it again. Through the haze, she's closer, inches from my face, her breath a hiss of freezer burn. The mirror's hold is wire-thin, surgical. Her split tongue rasps against the glass. The shadow at my feet thickens, climbs. It knots around my calves, root-seeking purchase. Plastic rustles. The sound of a shovel through gravel, though I own no shovel. The closet door creaks wider. A damp melody hums. 3 blind mice! In my mother's off-key lilt. The mirror girl's bleeding eye ruptures. Black ichor pools at my feet. Splinters pierce my soles, blood beads, and the roots drink it. The humming swells, sourceless and everywhere. My neck cranes, not my choice toward the ceiling. A stain spreads, wings, beak, a bird's distorted silhouette. Rotting mint permeates the air. The smell of her gloves, the one she wore bearing the robin's tiny corpse. In the mirror, the girl's face crumbles. She remembers the wings! She chokes. The glass shatters, but the shards hang suspended, trembling. Each fragment replays Ben's decaying grin. The shadow speaks. A vibration in the fillings of my teeth. You left them both. The bird, the boy. Now I have to dig. Behind the mirror, something clicks. Like a lock. Like a rib snapping. The click reverberates in my molars. My knees crack as I'm forced down, vertebrae popping like beads on a string. The closet exhales, wet earth and formaldehyde. My mother's gloves lie inside, palms upturned, bloated with maggots. The roots tighten, grafting to bone. I smell it before I feel it, marrow leaching into the vines, my legs hollowing. Pebbles materialize under my kneecaps. Burial soil. Benscoil, sieve, coarse and reeking of alkaloid poison. Feathers molt from the ceiling, flaking like ash. Each one whispers against my cheeks, "Liar! Liar!" In Ben's choked tenor, the mirror shards tilt as one, aiming at me. Reflections multiply, Ben's bloated face, my hands clawing his shoulders underwater. A trowel clatters at my feet, its handle is fused with vertebrae. Mine, I realize, patting the jagged absence in my lower back. The shadow drapes over my shoulders, dripping into my collarbones. "She'll make you dig," the mirror girl weeps through my mouth. "You'll chew through the roots, find what we buried." Something moves in the closet's depth. Not Mother, not Ben, a crouching mass of wings and tangled hair singing in 2 voices, one lilting and maternal, the other shredded from screaming. The trowel bites into the soil. My soil! Wet and clotted with white roots. My hands aren't mine anymore, fingers black and knuckles erupting in lichen as I dig. The thing in the closet harmonizes with itself, lullaby and wail braiding into a hum that loosens my teeth. Cold seeps up my arms. Not cold. Absence, limbs unspooling into rootlets that split the dirt. The mirror shards hover closer. In them, my mother braiding honeysuckle through Ben's hair. Ben's lungs blooming with algae. The hole deepens. A nail peels off, clinking against something below. Not rock. Glass. A jar, warped and caked in grime. Inside, blurred shapes float. Feathers, a molar, a lock of hair uncannily straight, and mine. Maggots cascade over my wrists. Not maggots. Letters. Tiny paper scraps scrawled in my handwriting, ink dissolved by time or spit. "I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!" They chant, squirming into my nostrils, my tear ducts. A hand thrusts out, joints inverted, feathered at the knuckles, and strokes my scalp. Mother's gesture. Ben's choked giggle. "Deeper!" they croon together, voices fermenting in the air. I scoop. The hole yawns, my ribs snap outward, tendrils anchoring me to the ground. Whatever's buried here isn't a body, it's a mouth. And it's rising to meet me.